springs, turning spring step outs. At the same time, we do a lot of fly springs. Just do a fly spring over the mat right there. Don't go too powerful. So if you guys have your tumble track, that's a really good thing to do is to set up, and we'll actually put like 2 mats, and they can fly spring over 2 mats. Okay, do that again. Okay, what we're looking for here when you do a fly spring is a nice hollow shape to her hands. She'll straighten out, bounce off her hands, and then stretch. Okay. So you want to see a nice shape from here, a nice hollow shape to her hands. From her hands, she's going to then hit the mat in a nice shape, be straight. Okay, so the first thing, watch your kids and make sure when they punch, they're not bending like that. Okay. The biggest error on a front fly spring is they're going to take off and they're going to get out in front of their feet and bend in their hips. Okay, instead of, you actually want them in a little bit of a straight body angle like that when they hit the floor. Okay, then she'll hollow and fly to her hands. Chest will still be in, okay, in this nice round shape, and then it'll start to straighten out as she bounces. Okay, the best position to bounce in is going to be what? It's going to be straight. Okay, so she rounds to her hands, hits her hands, bounces off straight, and then the release happens. Okay, one of the biggest errors in a fly spring and front layout is they want to release their heels too soon. Okay, we get kids that come in and do front layouts, a lot of them from other gyms, and we're going to talk about our front layouts, and they try to drive their heels. Okay, or like on a fly spring, and the coach is saying, drive your heels over your head. That's not actually what happens. Okay, what happens is a shape change from a hollow to a stretch that creates the flip in there. And so if they just take off right from the floor and drive their heels, then they're just driving that all the way around and they won't make it. Okay, do a fly spring again. So when you're watching a good fly spring, you want to see a nice hollow shape, a bounce off her hands, and then a stretch out. Hollow, bounce, stretch. Not too bad. And then, do you see your hands hit the mat? Yeah. Make sure they see their hands, okay? And the nice thing about doing it over a panel mat like that is you can give them a target. Don't run quite so far. Run from like that, the zone mat. Right now, reach to the back of the mat. See your hands hit the back of the mat. Yeah, that was better. See, that was a little better. She saw her hands. Her head was in a more neutral position. Okay. Stand on the mat. Okay. Put your arms up. Do the jump off. Hit the mat backwards, and then do one. Okay. That's a good one to work on what we were just talking about. Where do that again? Where you don't want them to break down, where they take off and they're in a pike shape. Okay, so what she's going to do here, she's going to try to hit an angle like that, and then stretch. So that's working that nice, clean angle right there. And you can do that just on the track, so you stand right there. Now jump up, and in the air, tip your body. So you're going to kind of tip at an angle. So she's going to jump up, she's going to tip at an angle, and her feet are going to hit back here, and she'll be at that angle like that, and then do a fly spring. Like that. Okay. So that's a good thing to do right there with those guys, because what they all want to do is they want to go forward and down, and so what's the easiest way to go forward and down is just break your hips and go forward and down. So you can kind of drill that a little bit, and that'll kind of take some of that out of that. Got it? So like I said, once they're good at fly springs on there, then you guys can put a couple mats. 8 inchers work really good. You can do that on the floor too. Okay, if you got just put 8 inchers on the floor, and they can go across 8 inchers on the floor. So it's really good to have a target for fly springs and front tumbling because it makes them stretch too. It makes them be really long.